I need to sell my house, and it's a daunting thought. I'm already so busy, and I have no idea where to start. I know there are tons of forms involved, staging, and the showings. I think of the crazy world out there, and it may even be dangerous to have strangers coming into my house, but I don't want to spend the money to hire a realtor.
At Coldwell Banker Kinard Real Estate, we understand your concerns. You'll be surprised to know that you may make more money faster and stress-free by working with one of our experts. Give us a call today for a free consultation. 423-414-1002 or 423-284-3233.
Informational, fun,
timely,
relevant.
That's what people are saying about A to Z in real estate. 30 minutes packed with great info for home sellers, buyers, and investors. And now let's welcome your host, Lizzy Cohen.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to A to Z in real estate. I'm Lizzy Cohen, and as always, we'd like to take a minute to thank our sponsors, Coldwell Banker Kinard Realty and Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation. Today we're going to be talking about home safety. And we never really know when a natural disaster is going to hit. Tornadoes, earthquakes, hurricanes, fires, they're just going to happen. And the thing is, are we ready to face these tragic events? Because if we're not, it is likely that we're going to suffer, and our family is going to suffer too. And I know, Shawn, that I could use some help in fine-tuning my emergency plan.
Oh, for sure.
And I think a lot of people feel the same way. How about you?
Well, definitely. When you're protecting your family and you're looking out for your assets and things like that. This week there's been a lot in the press because we're 10 years removed from the storms that came through, this area. And
Yes.
then we're only 1 year removed from, Hamilton County and the Easter storm. So, it's pretty fresh, that we do have to be prepared. And, we talked about it a little bit where, I moved up from Florida. We had hurricanes that,
Yes.
were the nasty thing that you had to prepare for. And, when my kids were little, it was a different preparedness plan, and
Very different.
we chatted about it, even now, I live in a big 2-story house, so, can everybody get out? I have interconnected smoke detectors, so we would be alerted, but it's still scary, and that plan of where you're going to meet in the place and things like that. So
It's so crucial.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So, this week we had one of our colleagues go through a fire, a
Right.
complete loss. And her name is Linda Kaler, and she has lost everything. The fire happened on Wednesday night. It was at night, and in talking to her sister who works with us,
Right.
I learned that it is related to a lawnmower. The husband was mowing the lawn, and the lawnmower got overheated, and the daughter took it to the garage, and the next thing you knew,
There was a fire.
there was a fire that
Right.
took their home completely.
And I mow my lawn, and I do the same thing. So, it's scary because it's just one of those little things, could happen, and, we had some statistics there, kitchen fires and different things that, happen. But, it's good to know. We're all coming into spring, we're doing our yard work, and, that lawnmower is hot. Don't put it away right away. But, this reinforces it, but it's terrible when, somebody that close to us, to our, our business and our, our family and our livelihoods, it has a total loss like that. And, we start thinking through our own processes, what do we do? Have we changed our smoke detector batteries?
What can we do to prevent
what are
it?
those precautions,
Yeah.
for it? We talked a little bit about, insurance. When I was a kid, it was always referred to as fire insurance.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And now, there's a lot of perils and different hazards. I guess that'll be a good topic. One day we'll bring on an insurance man who can, explain it a little bit better.
All the different types.
Yeah, and the protective things. you know, you have to have these extra policies, you know, if you have an art collection or guns and things like that. So there's a lot that goes into, you know, thinking forward. You know, we were talking about photo storage.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
just, you know, protecting those family heirlooms and, you know.
And that's what really breaks your heart.
Yeah.
In particular about this family that's so closely related to our realtor community. You can always replace the brick and mortar,
Right.
you know, through the insurance company. But what do? You can't replace your photos. You can't replace your those personal special things that you have, that you hold dear to your heart, and that's what makes it even more difficult. You know, thankfully their lives were preserved.
Oh, sure.
You know,
no one was hurt.
No one was
Right.
hurt. But the loss is great,
Yeah.
because it's more than just the house,
Right.
you know.
And emotionally, you know, there was a fire, a 4th of July fire, where I lived about 10 years ago, and it was a beautiful home. It had been on Home and Garden TV. They had done this deck work, and it was on the water, and it was amazing. And you know, it was 4th of July. They were having fireworks, and they put them all in a garbage can. But they were smoldering by the side of the house, and the fellow was a pilot, and he was called into work, and he left.
Wow.
And this house was so far removed off the road, you know, that it took, you know, 12 hours to find actually where the fire was.
My goodness.
And it was a total loss. But one of the children was my son's age. She struggled for a long time with that, you know, with the house burning down, and never liked fireworks after that. There's a lot that goes into it.
Absolutely,
you know, so
there's the trauma
like
involved.
you said, there's more than just, you know, losing, you know, your home, you know, those photos and, you know, dining room hutches and, you know, heirlooms of things that we carry with us. So, you know, our prayers go out to, you know, her and, you know,
the Kaler family,
yeah.
absolutely. And you know, thankfully we live in such an amazing community. Really, Cleveland is home to me now.
Right,
and as part of the realtor community, the real estate association here in Cleveland, which is called River Counties Association of Realtors, they are kindly accepting donations to help the family.
Right.
And so we are going to put on the screen the information for the people that are watching online, and for those that are listening, the number to call is 423-476-5912. Again, 423-476-5912, and they are located on 2070 Candice Lane, right here in Cleveland. So by all means, give them a call and find out, you know, some of the things ideas that people can donate are gift cards for restaurants, clothing stores cards, gas cards, groceries, you know, and things like that. Anything that you can think of to help this family will be greatly appreciated.
Right, and we do. We love to see the community come together, you know, to support and help people through this time. So, you know, with River Counties, you know, taking point on this and helping with these donations, you know, again, you know, our office did the same thing. We sent out an email, and we're, you know, taking up collections, you know, at Coldwell Banker. So, you know, we challenge everybody, you know, all real estate offices, anybody listening, you know, to go ahead and, you know, do what's in your heart. But, you know, I just think of, you know, what if that was me? What if that was my neighbor? And it was, you know, so
exactly.
It's at the point where it really touches you, and, you know, it's something awkward to talk about. You know, this is real estate A to Z, but we're human, right? And this is, you know,
Absolutely.
This is the other side of it. You know, with homes, we want people to be safe in their homes, and, you know, check those smoke detectors, and, you know, think through, you know, what is your emergency plan, and have these things kind of outlined. So.
And that's why we're doing this program, because, you know, if there's such a thing as a silver lining to a tragedy,
Right.
This would be one, you know, just to help people to start thinking about these things that we don't think about these things. I mean, I personally,
we hadn't,
you know, unless something comes in touches our lives, something happens, and then it helps us, and it might very well be, we will never know on this side of heaven, if this tragedy that Linda is going through right now, it's going to be the very thing that's going to alert another family
Right.
to put a safety emergency escape plan in place for their family and then save their lives. We
Sure.
will never know that.
We won't. Well,
So anyway, we're going to take a little break, and we'll be right back.
Nancy Collins is a branch manager at Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation. Her goal is to help you find the right financing options to fit your unique needs. Contact her today at 706-280-9763 to learn more. Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation, NMLS number 2289, is an equal housing opportunity lender. LO NMLS number 195344. This is not an offer to enter into an agreement. Not all customers will qualify. Georgia Resident Mortgage Licensee number 21158. Branch location 307 West Emory Street, Unit C, Dalton, Georgia 30720.
Coldwell Banker Kinard Realty, serving the local real estate needs since 1974, offering residential, commercial, and land purchase. The market keeps hitting new highs and inventory is low. Maybe it's time to check what your current market value is. Talk to the professionals at Coldwell Banker Kinard. Let them guide you on your next move. Coldwell Banker Kinard, we never stop moving. Leave your mark on the world of real estate. Call them at 423-476-5532. Located 2650 Peerless Road Northwest.
Welcome back, everyone, and this is A to Z in Real Estate. And for those that just tuned in, we have been talking about home safety, and sadly also a tragedy that occurred in our midst in the real estate community just last week. And with Shawn here, we're just commenting on the effects in the whole trauma that is involved in a situation like this.
right. It's a somber moment, but like you said, we can learn from it, help others, and kind of take it as our benchmark. Let's change our plan. Let's have a plan.
Let's do something about it.
Yeah.
And that's like we mentioned, it's one of those silver linings that are involved here. And unfortunately, somebody always has to suffer and go through a loss for a lot of people to wake up, and it's a wake-up call.
Right, it is.
For many of us. So I was researching a little bit on the some statistics related to household fires in the United States, and the numbers are just staggering. It says, according to the House Fire Statistics and Data of the Fire Administration, U.S. Fire Administration, that an estimate of 358,000 home fires occur every year. Now, 50% of those start in the kitchen.
Right.
7% of those begin in the bedroom. 6% in chimney areas.
Right.
4% start in the living room, and 3% in the laundry room.
Right. And one thing we don't see on here is lightning fires, but we hear a lot of those in our business, where, lightning gets struck and, becomes an electrical fire in the house. So, statistically, those kitchen fires. So, do you have a fire extinguisher, nearby?
Handy.
Yeah. And, I do, we cook a lot, and that's important, to know.
It was a little surprising that, in the chimney areas, only 6%.
Right.
Well, this is a national statistic, but I would think in the chimney areas, because that's where you are dealing with actual fire and things like that. That's, right. I guess it's because a lot of the chimney are now gas operated. People don't deal a lot with wood.
Yeah, better technology. Less, probably more gas, ventless type situations. I see 3%, start in the laundry room. That's something, that you should always check, every year, like those smoke detectors, that vent, gets clogged up and,
And clean the lint off of,
Yeah. So that, that's one that I see in my house, we do a lot of laundry. And, we vacuum it out. There's actually a company comes and cleans my dryer vent out. They do a good job, but, it helps for efficiency, but I sure don't want a fire either. So.
Absolutely. Yeah. And sometimes it's just those little things that we do that make all the difference. Now, you were talking about, newer technology.
Right.
And how that is changing the environment for so many people. Not only when it comes to saving money in your electric bill and whatnot, but also in the area of home safety.
Sure.
The area of safety, these new devices are making a huge difference.
Yeah, and we're seeing, you know, when people apply for that insurance, you know, they're asking, is there a security system, right? Because they'll save a little bit of money. And those security systems, you know, if they're monitored, you know, a lot of them have CO2 monitors, you know, built into them.
The carbon monoxide.
Yeah, and they're app-based, so if you're not home, you're going to get an alert too, you know, that something's not right at the home.
And that is so amazing.
Peace of mind, you know. So, and I think that's, you know, the technology is to, you know, put it out, control it as fast as you can. I found it interesting, you know, I owned a house in Hamilton County, and I was in the county, and there was you know, it was regulated that they had to have sprinkler systems in the basement in those houses. You know, so if they were in the county, they weren't in the actual city. So, you know, that adds to the cost of the home. But, you know, we did have a full sprinkler system on our ground garage level. So it was pretty interesting, you know, and that house was built in 2003. So, you know, and anybody could put that in their house. You know, you could put a sprinkler system in, you know, in a few rooms. You know, obviously, you know, we talk a little bit about commercial, you know, real estate, and if it's over so many square feet, it has to be sprinkled as well. And there's different, you know, containers where that will just go off, and we'll water that one room, so it won't do the whole, you know, place. So it's very smart technology, you know, that's just going to send this one sprinkler off in the area where there's heat, you know, the reflective. So pretty interesting, you know, to see stuff like that. But when we're seeing technologies like the Nest, you know, home thermometers, there's a lot of different other variants that they can be looking for.
Air quality.
Exactly, you know, pollen count and humidity, and that's where, you know, those levels can come in, and they can say, oh, you know, you have a fire threat. You know, you have this dropping, you know, CO2 or what would happen during a fire. So, as
they say, you know, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.
Right.
So in this case, it's definitely the truth. And sometimes that upfront investment can make the difference between that life and death. I mean, if one of these devices is going to alert you at work that something is off in your house, whether the room temperature in the kitchen or in the laundry room or wherever is rising to a dangerous level and allows you to do something about it, you are potentially preventing a fire in your house when you're away.
Exactly. And you know, you're protecting your neighbor's house, you know, from threat. It's good all around, you know, and you know, there is a lot of technology out there, you know, for, you know, those extra features that we can add to houses. So we're starting to see a lot more of them in houses, and we're asking, you know, about them and evaluating them as well.
Absolutely. I believe, Shawn, that in not so distant future, we're going to see those devices and those features as standard in homes. Just like people are getting used to now. I can't imagine driving again a vehicle that doesn't have a rear view camera. You know, and it was not long ago you didn't have that. Now it's pretty much a standard feature in your car, and how convenient it is. And I read once on an internet or a magazine that in parking lots, big parking lots, which are the accidents happen the most, you now are avoiding or keeping little children that you can't see safe because of those rear view cameras. So I think in our industry, in the real estate and the housing industry, hopefully those will become standard features. Yeah,
because I remember I got my first car with one in 2011, and I was driving with my mother-in-law, you know, who was like 100 years old. You know, just kidding. But she noticed that I looked back, you know, and I didn't rely on the camera, and you know, because it was a new technology.
Oh, she noticed that,
and she said, "Don't use the camera." And I said, I checked the camera, but I still look back. You know,
you were transitioning.
Exactly. I was transitioning, and now, you know, I focus on the camera, and occasionally,
you double check.
Not as much, but it's funny, you know, people picking up on that, you know, are you sure you're ready for that technology? And sure we are, you know.
Yeah, and some people will be. Of course, there's always a learning curve, especially for people in our generation. The younger generations, of course, they know intuitively how everything works.
Right,
Even
of
we're
course.
talking about little
Yeah.
people.
Oh, yeah.
3-year-olds. They get it. They pick it up so quickly. And for them is something, it's a must. It's a given.
Right.
You know, you need to have high tech things, and so I believe that we're moving in that direction as we continue to see these fires and these tragedies hitting our homes.
Right.
You know.
Well, we straddle two universes. You know, we're at that part of the scale where we remember this, but we're seeing, you know, this coming
The
on
trend.
the trend and the horizon. And, you know, thank God for my teenagers, you know, because
Absolutely.
they're always educating me, you know, on, you know, the new things that are coming. And, you know, my 18-year-old sent me a text email, you know, of an article that he wanted me to read. And, you know, so you think these kids are, you know, just enjoying themselves, but they're really studying what's going on and looking at technologies and
They are.
ergonomics. And, you know, so, you know, it's exciting to see. We're really in exciting times.
Yeah, we are. We're going to watch a little video there that's going to talk about home safety related to fire, and we'll be right back.
Keeping your home safe from a fire begins with exercising caution to help prevent a fire from starting in the first place. Smart devices could help to prevent a fire in your home by taking action for you to help minimize risk. Here are 2 smart technology devices for fire prevention you can add to your home. 1. Smart Stovetop Fire Prevention Devices. These use motion sensing technology to shut off your stove if you walk away from the kitchen while you're cooking, which, by the way, you should never do. If the sensor detects that you've left the kitchen, it begins a countdown to shut off the stove. 2. Smart Plugs, also known as smart outlets. With these devices, you can turn off power to kitchen appliances, like your toaster, using your smartphone. Some models will even let you set them to automatically turn off power to your appliances when you're not using them. Whether you use smart technology or traditional methods, a few minutes of planning can help protect your home from fire. Talk to your Travelers representative or independent agent today.
So, Shawn, how about the impact that having a smart home has on our home value?
Well, you think about it. Our market's really moving fast, right? And we're trying to shoot at a moving target. You know, people want to know, if I invest, you know, $7,000 in this technology, will I get it back? Does it make my house worth more? You know, so you know, we're always cautious. You know, we stay in our scope of work, right, with real estate, but then we can rely on appraisers, right, and bring them into the picture. So a lot of times, you know, we do have to ask, you know, and, you know, how would you evaluate, you know, the smart home technology? This house is completely wired for, you know, security cameras, you know, it's got a Nest, it's got, you know,
It has Alexa, it has all the air quality filters and all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And does, you know, pound for pound, how does that stack up for one that doesn't? So, you know, what does the appraiser say?
They do. They would say, well, definitely they will make an adjustment, I would say, for that.
Right.
And in favor of the house that has the technology.
Sure. So a lot of times when we come out and we evaluate a house, we use a 2-step method, right? We go out and look at the house and see everything that they have in the house. And sometimes we do have to rely upon, you know, our professionals and, you know, call up an appraiser and say, I've never seen this before. You know,
Exactly.
They had a, you know, a drop-down theater room, or, you know, they had this extra technology. So that's going to be more and more popular, you know, and, you know, agents are going to have to shift, you know, and keep up with those, you know, values, because, you know, the younger population, they want these features.
And like we were saying before, they're expecting that's there.
Right.
now.
Right. Yeah, and if I put it in as a seller, I'm hoping to be rewarded for it, you know, as well. So,
Absolutely.
you know, when we do our word searches, you know, the Google word searches, those are very popular items that are coming up, the Nest and the digital home and the green homes. So, you know, it's technologies people are looking for, and those are the trends, you know. So we want to always stay on point, you know, with getting you the best value for it that we can, and you know, putting it in the best marketing eye as well when you sell it. So
Absolutely. So here we're just going to give our audience some recommendations, very easy, very common sense recommendations as a result of this discussion. The number one being, please have a family escape plan in place.
Right.
So that, and we'll put it on the screen, so that you will know what the primary exit is. All of the members of the family will know what to do in an emergency, where to go, what's the primary exit, what is the alternative exit, where they're going to meet outside the house.
Right.
That is so extremely important. Right. And again, even if you have to draft it on a napkin, but do it. Do it with your family and make sure that everybody understands their role. You can even do a drill,
Yeah, truly.
And make it a fun event, but knowing that if you ever had to go to that emergency plan, it may not be that much fun, but it'll make a difference for your family.
Right, and practice and, the shock of it, right? You just want to react. This is where I was told to go, this is how I was told to get out of the house. And after we kind of had our little meeting, of this topic that came up because of the tragedy, I was talking to my sons and, they have a plan in place. They're like, oh no, Dad, I would, exit through here, and like I said, we're in a 2-story house.
Yeah.
The type of windows and the escape route, there is a gabled roof outside, and they could, easily jump on that and go out if they couldn't go down the staircase. So I'm just glad they've thought it through,
Absolutely.
enough.
They're ahead of the game here.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the second recommendation we have is, if you can, just invest in getting smart devices for your house.
Sure.
Like you were saying, Shawn, there are so many out there right now, so many options, so many capabilities in these smart homes.
I would start with the doorbell. I'm not promoting Ring doorbells, but a Ring type doorbell. That you can monitor. We're all getting packages delivered because we want to stay out of the stores. So start with that. It helps with security in the neighborhood. It keeps possible theft away, if they see that doorbell. And a Nest thermostat, for efficiency. If you can put one of those in and have a digital thermostat, you have a lot better control over your house. Face it, we're not at home right now. We should be able to knock that AC down a couple degrees and let it rest.
Absolutely.
And then when we come home, we can, kick it back into high gear at night if you like it a little cooler. So there is a lot of technology out there for safety and comfort, and it's not expensive.
It's becoming cheaper and cheaper.
Yeah, we're talking
because
less than
$500. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's definitely worth the investment. And Shawn, we are running out of time again, as always. So we want to remind our audience that we are always here, ready to meet with you if you have any questions related to real estate, to your house. If you're thinking about selling your house, we're here to help you. Give us a call. The numbers will be on the screen. And for those that are listening, 423-414-1002 is my number. And Shawn, please go ahead.
423-284-3233. My cell phone, best way to reach me.
Thank you so much for listening, and we will see you next Saturday.
Nancy Collins is a branch manager at Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation. Her goal is to help you find the right financing options to fit your unique needs. Contact her today at 706-280-9763 to learn more. Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation, NMLS number 2289, is an equal housing opportunity lender. LO NMLS number 195344. This is not an offer to enter into an agreement. Not all customers will qualify. Georgia Resident Mortgage Licensee number 21158. Branch location 307 West Emory Street, Unit C, Dalton, Georgia 30720.
Have you seen the new Coldwell Banker North Star signs? Coldwell Banker Kinard Realty has been serving the East Tennessee and North Georgia area since 1974, with 5 offices in Cleveland, Tennessee, Dalton, Ringgold, Cartersville, and Calhoun, Georgia. With the latest technology, CBKR's 145 licensed agents are ready to serve all your real estate needs. Call today, 423-476-5532. They offer residential, commercial, and land and property management. Call and speak to one of their licensed professionals today.